Those silly flat earthers thinking that the moon is nearby. Damn it!
He is coming. Cover your butt.
Don't worry, the moon isn't actually nearby. The moon is still where we last saw it. However, some flat earthers saw this headline and started coming up with all sorts of arguments for how this just shows us that NASA has been lying to us all along. First, we have Stinky Cash, who, I just realized what his name is referring to, and it's not money. I can't believe it took me that long to get it. Well, Stinky Cash thinks that because he had just made a really stupid argument about how planes move in the atmosphere, and therefore rockets also need an atmosphere, otherwise the Earth would just leave them behind, that science has come out and said that there's an atmosphere all the way to the moon just to prove him wrong. A quick warning for people wearing headphones. Stinky Cash does not actually know how to balance his audio, so the next part is super duper quiet. I would suggest you turn it up, and then I'll let you know when it's done so you can, turn your volume back down. Sorry, not my fault. He's an idiot.
Because of gravity and relativity, the way the globe Earth works, right? If you were to go hover up in a helicopter, the Earth doesn't rotate underneath you. The air, the atmosphere, is attached to the Earth. So you move relative to it. So when you hover in a helicopter, the Earth doesn't spin under you. You can't travel to China just by hovering, having the Earth spin, and then land in China because of relativity, right? But once you leave the Earth's atmosphere and you're in the nothingness of space that exists between the Earth and the moon, once you leave the Earth, wouldn't the Earth just zip by you? Once you're no longer moving relative to it, wouldn't the Earth be traveling 66,000 miles an hour away from you? Wouldn't you just be lost in space at that point? We're talking about moving objects. And isn't the moon also moving away from you with the Earth? So once you leave the Earth, how do you get stuck like you're still in the Earth's atmosphere? Are you saying there's atmosphere all the way to the moon?
Did you guys hear what I said? Did you hear that argument? Guys, this is like we're living in the Truman Show, guys. This is like we're living in the Truman Show. Listen to it one more time.
How do you get stuck like you're still in the Earth's atmosphere? Are you saying there's atmosphere all the way to the moon between the Earth? Now, that might sound really stupid, and I'm sure science has some great rationalization for why it would be possible to do this.
All right, you can return your volume back to normal. This is just a classic flat Earth argument that somehow objects lose their momentum the moment it leaves the Earth's surface, even if this contradicts the laws of physics. Stinky thinks that the reason an object stays rotating along the Earth is because the atmosphere drags it along. So, rockets must also need an atmosphere to drag them along, otherwise they would just get lost in the void of space the moment they left the atmosphere. Earth just rocketing away. Now, since Stinky has made a stupid argument, science has now countered him. First of all, I have to ask, what do the people perpetrating this conspiracy gain by showing that Stinky Cash is right? Stinky's argument is incredibly stupid. Even Stinky says that it would be stupid on a globe Earth model. And he's right, it would be stupid. How does it help a conspiracy to agree with an idiot on the internet? It doesn't. But not just does Stinky think that science has come out to prove him right, Stinky also thinks that he has found a flaw that proves that we never went to the moon.
That sounds fucking retarded! It sounds fucking retarded on the heliocentric globe model. Of course, we know it's the truth in the real flat Earth cosmology, but on the heliocentric model, where they claim to have gone to the moon, 50 years ago, right? They made all sorts of fancy schmancy mathematical calculations, precise calculations in order to travel to the moon. Yet all those calculations were based on the old thinking that the moon was outside of the atmosphere, but now the moon is inside the atmosphere. Well, if that was the case, then how did you get to the moon?
Ironclad, right? Well, no. You see, we didn't know that the atmosphere extended past the moon before we went to the moon, so how did NASA get the math right to make it past all the air and all the way to the moon? Honestly, I'm surprised Stinky didn't just ask why astronauts needed to wear spacesuits, since there's now an atmosphere on the moon. But let's focus on the claim regarding the math. If a rocket had to push through that much atmosphere to get to the moon, the amount of fuel needed would have been different. I'm also certain that other parts of the math would have been incorrect with drag and whatnots. So, how much atmosphere did the rocket have to go through to get to the moon? As it turns out, all you need to do is read the article that Stinky is showing you. According to the article, there are just 70 hydrogen atoms per cubic centimeter at an altitude of 32,000 miles on the day side, and a mere 0.2 atoms per cubic centimeter at the moon's distance, the new study reported. That was some great research there, Stinky. Couldn't even be bothered to read past the headline. Do you really think that 0.2 atoms per cubic centimeter will increase the fuel use? Do you really think that 0.2 atoms will make a difference? Once again, flat earthers have shown us how skilled they are at doing research.